Hey everybody. Um, I'm sorry for those of you that were probably expecting Steve to stream tonight. Um, he's not feeling too good, so he's in bed currently. So uh, perhaps he'll be back next week. I don't know for sure at this point in time. But anyway, um, I'm probably not going to do the daily grindhouse tonight because we're doing a watch along. We probably, need to get started with it after I kind of blab a few minutes. Hey, Dark. Um, since Dark's in here, I am. I'm not even sure if Steve's gonna do. I don't know if he said anything to you, Dirk, or said anything to Darren or anything. Um, I don't even know if he's doing a thing tomorrow for the Euro cult. So hopefully he'll tell you guys something. But um, I just a heads up, I may more than likely not be on there tomorrow. Hey, Texas, I've got greasy fries. um, so just a little heads up on all that. Thank you, Rooster. I'll let him know. Um, I'm kind of leaving him alone right now and letting him rest and stuff. Hey Texas, I need you to sing it. I need to all these different things you come up with. I need you to um get on here audio only, and if you want sometime and sing out. um so I don't know how many we're gonna have tonight. Some people might have because a lot of times people come to Steve's and then they hop on over to mine afterwards. So um sorry guys, I'm just like I'm having one of those days a little bit where I can't get my shit together really. I guess I've been, kind of worried about Brandon, and I worry about Steve not feeling good too. So there's I'm a little distracted. Um, but I know a lot of times people will come over straight from Steve's stream into mine, so we get a lot of carryover from each other's streams and overlap and all that, which is great. But when one of us doesn't have it, then I guess it throws that balance off a little bit. Um, so Darky say, yeah, he messaged me about tomorrow. No worries. Hope he gets to feeling better. Um, yeah, me too, Dark. I hope he feels better soon. It's not fun to not feel good. Um, so what else have I got going on here? Let's see. Tomorrow night, um, I will be doing the City of the Living Dead. Um, watch along. See, I'm still like totally distracted. But City of the Living Dead, aka Gates of Hell. Um, Uncle Bill's at a birthday party. Um, Uncle Bill says, "Oh shit, Dane, I was gonna do this one, but it's too early. I'm at a damn birthday party. So how long you gonna be at this birthday party, Uncle Bill?" Yeah, I know how you are with Deborah Foreman. um, well, till 8. Um, well, I mean, I'm adding we'll still be doing it if you want to. when you get home, you get back home, or are you at home and at a birthday party, or are you somewhere else at a birthday party? Um, because I was gonna say if you're away and you get home, um, and check in if you want to and you feel like it, um, and see if I'm still on here. I'd be glad to have you on for half an hour or so. Is better than none. um, so, or if you don't make it for this one, oh gosh, yeah. Uncle Billy said, "Nah, I'm at the damn trampoline park with Tiny for one of her friends." I get that, doing the dad thing. You gotta do those things too. But if you don't get to join in on this one at all, um, you can feel free to come in on the City of the Living Dead one tomorrow night. Who knows? I might do April Fool's Day again at some point. And you can join in on that. Hey, Darren. Dirk, I noticed you said, what time is it for tomorrow's City of the Living Dead? I'm thinking maybe 6 p.m. Eastern time, Dirk. Because on Sundays, usually I have them a little earlier because people have to get up early for work the next day. And so if you want to join me for that, that's cool. As is anybody, it's cool for any of y'all. I think part of the reason why I might be a little off, my blood sugar is not low, but I had to take one of my anxiety pills a little bit earlier, and I think it's starting to work on me. So sometimes they make me a little sleepy and a little fuzzy headed, but I'm going to try to stay awake during this thing because I really wanted to do this. So got that coming up tomorrow. The City of the Living Dead watch along. Monday, unless Uncle Bill tells me different, we're going to start the Twin Peaks episode discussion. I think there's going to be 3 of these because I figure we'll cover about 10 episodes a night or week, rather. And I think we might have some other people join us on it. Let's see. I think Rob expressed an interest. TJ expressed an interest. So we may have several of us in here for the Twin Peaks episode discussion. Everybody's got a lot of birthday parties. Well, I mean, I could make it later, if everybody's agreeable to me making it later, I can make it later. Because it doesn't really matter to me because I'm a night out anyway. But I always try to adjust it for people that may be going to work Monday morning. So if y'all would collectively like me to make it later, I can do that. We can do 7. We can do 8. I won't be doing the Sunday night trash because I'm doing a commentary or a watch along. So I'm flexible. We can move it around, certainly. And let's see, Tuesday, I think Kelly and I are going to continue the Hitchcock movies. We're gonna get into the movies that I think more people have heard of and or seen. So that should be interesting. And of course, Wednesday, TJ and I we'll be doing our final episode discussion for the final season of Tales from the Dark Side. So, Dirk, you say 8, you can do it? Okay, cool. I can make it 8 tomorrow. I'll just change the time on my advertising. That way everybody will know. And I'm assuming 8 Eastern time, Dirk. So, sorry to be eating while I'm on here. But you know me. Let's see. I don't know if I'll be doing anything Thursday or Friday. More than likely not on Friday. Brandon's got a vet appointment on Saturday. But I'll probably be doing a watch along. So it'd be 7 for you, Dirk, and 8 for me. Okay, sounds good. That sounds cool. Marissa says anytime is good. What works for you works for me. So doesn't sound like we have any dissension in the ranks or anything like that. So that's good. Of course, I'll be doing another watch along for Saturday. And then probably do another Sunday night trash as well. Wow, I've almost got. I almost got 20,000 steps in today. That's good. I was on the phone a lot and I talked back, walk back and forth as I'm talking on the phone. Let's see. I was trying to, because I was going to alert y'all of what movie I was doing this coming Saturday. Because I never can remember anything without my handy dandy notes. You know me. Let's see. That's what I'm trying to find here. Sorry, guys. I seem to have buried my papers under something. It's just not good. I may have to find those again. I filled these damn drawers so full of stuff that sometimes they fall in behind things and all that jazz. Hold on here. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to dig around and find that. But unfortunately, it seems that I have misplaced it. But that's par for the course, isn't it, guys? Sana's always misplacing something. Okay. But I'll get back to y'all on that before Saturday. I can't get all these dang cords. They keep wanting to snake out of here. I can't get. I'm just one of those neat freaks that doesn't like cords hanging out of the drawers and stuff like that. But anyways, I had 7 in here. I better get on with this before I lose everybody. So anyway, April Fool's Day is the watch along for tonight. And is there anybody that can and wants to join in with me right now? And just let me know. And I can put the link back in the chat if need be. And also, once again, we're restricted to watching our own copies unless some of you have been lucky enough to find a link in the meantime for free to watch this on your own. So I have mine queued up to the Paramount logo, the old-fashioned Paramount logo before, it's just got the mountain and and all that stuff on it right before we start in for the movie. So if everybody wants to get their respective copies queued up there, and just let me know when you get ready, and we will get this party started. But Brandon was sound asleep. Now he's, bless his heart, he does this every time. Right when I get started, he gets awake. But I've got him back here with me, so he won't be going and bothering anybody. I just hope he doesn't get tangled up in my cords and stuff and pull something like my work monitor off or something like that and break it. I'd hate to have to explain that to my supervisor. So y'all just let me know when you're all queued up and ready. Let me know also. Let me know if anybody at any point in time, except, a few seconds, of course, before the movie's over, if you want to join. You don't have to necessarily join right now to participate. Tasty, you say, I'll be around. Don't own this yet, believe it or not. Wow. Yeah, I would have thought you would have had this one, but that's okay, Texas. If you want to hang around, that is perfectly acceptable to me. So, again, guys, I apologize. I seem a little flighty and distracted and all that stuff. I think I probably should have done something. Brandon, buddy, hold on, guys. He's about to get in my cords. Now, Brandon, you were sleeping good, buddy. Now, what's going on? I mean, when we have those panic attacks or whatever, we kind of got to take our anxiety pills, but I seem to have forgotten, unfortunately, how fuzzy headed it makes me feel once they start to kick in. And all they really are, as the doctor told me, is just like prescription Benadryl. So it's not really heavy duty stuff, really. Although I have heard from some people that some of this stuff puts them completely out. Um, so Rooster, are you gonna be watching the movie? I thought Dirk said something about getting the movie from somebody or his uncle or something to watch. So I'll give it a couple, 2, 3 more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and do the countdown and get started. I just don't like to get started with the movie until I'm sure most of the people that are going to be watching it have theirs queued up and ready to go. So I was also trying to think if there was anything else I needed to say about anything coming up or anything, and no, I can't can't really think of anything. Brandon. So, I will ask this: did everybody have a good April Fool's Day today? And were you able to trick anybody today? I did trick Steve. It was kind of mean. I probably shouldn't have done this, but I um and told him that I was going to have to take a pay cut at work because I lost money from last year. I was going to have to take like a $5 pay cut. I guess he forgot that it was April Fool's Day, and I could have strung him along just a little bit, but then I said, "Nah, April Fools." So that was kind of mean. I probably shouldn't have done that to him. So I don't hear anybody or see anybody like begging me not to get started here. So we'll go ahead and get this started here. Brandon. So 3, 2, 1, press play. So now we got the little stars and the Paramount and Gulf Western Company coming up on the screen. Brandon. You guys can probably hear him whining. I believe this was directed by Fred Walton, who also did the immortal When a Stranger Calls. And now we have one of the Deborahs, not Deborah Foreman, but Deborah Goodrich here, the blonde Deborah. And she's, explaining that they're going to go out to the island that her friend Muffy owns to invite them for the weekend. And it's supposed to be evidently spring break, I think. So their spring break from college must include April Fool's Day. Come on, lay down, buddy. And so she did her April Fool's that says she fucks on the first date because they're like videotaping her, and they told her to tell something about herself. And so she threw in her little, she was talking about some things, and then she threw in that I fuck on the first date as her April Fool's. So there is Griffin O'Neill, not Griffin Dunn, but Griffin O'Neill, which is Tatum O'Neill's brother there on the right, just before we went to this scene. And Thomas F. Wilson, who you guys will recognize probably from Back to the Future, on the left there. And now we have Deborah Foreman, the brunette Deborah, who is getting ready to have a party. So we're going to find out soon that her father is giving this place to Muffy as like first stage inheritance, but she's got to prove that she can cover the expenses and stuff for it, which I'm not going to go too far into that because I don't want to ruin the ending for anybody that has not seen the ending yet. So she's found a Jack in the Box. Everybody remembers the Jack in the Boxes, right? So it's going back evidently into Muffy's past. And I'm guessing that's supposed to be Muffy there. We're having her birthday when she was a little girl. And she's getting all kinds of different presents. And we're going to find out that somebody gave her this Jack in the Box when she was a kid. And I think that's what she's just about to open here. And Ken Olant, the name there, when you see that guy, you guys will probably know him from several different things, including Summer School, where he played the guy that was always sleeping in class because he was out being a stripper to make some extra money. Amy Steele is on this, Clayton Ronner. There's Thomas F. Wilson's name. I'll point out like Clayton Ronner and some of these other people that you saw their names flash up on the screen. Okay, so this is when Muffy evidently got the Jack in the Box at her birthday party. Either Brandon will calm down in a little bit, or I'll actually have to go get him situated, but I'll try not to have to step away too many times. So Muffy is doing the Jack in the Box. She's making the music go and all that. And then we keep flashing from present day Muffy to little Muffy. And oh my gosh, I've never seen a Jack in the Box quite like that. I don't know where they would have gotten that because it looks like a pretty little Jack in the Box, but a monster came out. So Steve always said these boats look like little toy boats the way they were painted, especially those yellow and blue ones. So now this is present day, and all of Muffy's friends. There's Clayton Ronner, by the way, who was also in Just One of the Guys and some other films. Here's Leah Pinsent, I think her name is. And this chick is a trip. She acts like a real innocent kind of unassuming person, but I'm not saying she was wild, but I think Leah Pinsent was really more of a social butterfly than the character of Nan. And there, of course, is Amy Steele, as many of you know. So all the guys are coming to help Nan there because Nan looks really pretty. And Chaz, that's Clayton Ronner's character, was going to take her bags, and he was telling her she had great legs. And he's with Nikki, and Nikki says, Arch already has her bags. That's Thomas F. Wilson's character there. So now Nan is going to totally turn off everybody by talking about doing the costumes for Muffy and the theater group. For a play they were in, and everybody's like, including Arch, who just kind of drops her bags and walks away. So this is funny too. So hold on, guys. This bed. Here, let's go for it. Lay down. Lay down. So there's Ken Oland, and here is Jay Baker playing Harv or Hal. So I don't know how everybody that's watching this is liking. I'm not really seeing people chat. I know it's not as much fun to just listen to me talking about it, but I should have maybe gotten together more with other people and talked to them about it. Randy, you're gonna have to be quiet now. Guys, sorry, I keep getting going away, but I'm gonna get him some food and bring it in here and see if that helps. Brandon, please. No, you can't do this now. Eat. Eat. And lay down now. Stop barking. I know you don't feel good, but you'll have to stop doing this. Hey, Menelec, you say, I just realized that she has a woman cave. So here's Nikki. Nikki's in, she's not in a skimpy bathing suit by any stretch of the imagination, but she's kind of laid out on those pallets getting some sun. And Hal or Harv or whatever you want to call him just comes over there and tries to strike up a conversation. Um, so he's talking about Muffy must stand for something. And, you know, she's saying Muff Child, Muffin stuff. And then all of a sudden he says Muff Dive, which I'm guessing the house just kind of awkward a little bit. So now, Chaz is going over trying to, get strike up a interesting conversation with Nan here. And Nan is trying to study because she says she's like so behind. And she needs to get ready for finals. And so unfortunately, Chaz is looking at a porno magazine or an adult magazine, skin magazine, whatever you want to call it. And Hal's still talking and boring Nikki currently. I was just thinking too that maybe I need to start making these watch alongs a little bit later on Saturdays. Again, you guys can let me know what you think of that. I mean, would you like me to start them at 8 or something? Um, and maybe if there are things going on, it won't conflict too much with them. So now, no, not Chaz, Arch and Skip were playing what appeared to be a game of stretch. I don't know much about stretch. Maybe some of you guys in here can explain it to me. But it seems that they got really mad and Arch threw the knife at Skip and it stabbed Skip. But we're going to see here in just a second. See Arch crack into a smile there. Evidently, this was an elaborate April Fool's Day joke. And so they go, well, at least we don't go in for the shoelace untied crap. No, they went to a more elaborate thing, but now Buck, the deckhand or whatever you want to call him, or ferryman, and Rob ended up in the water. And so Nikki's kind of teasing Chaz. She's like, some hero you turned out to be. And he was like, I gave up my jacket or something. He's like, what do you want me to do? So these are just college kids kind of cutting it loose and letting off some steam. Brandon. I hope y'all don't think I'm being cruel to my dog. I may just have to let him bark a little bit until he just decides to lay down, because there's really not a whole lot I can do with him. I give him food. I brought a bed in here, and he sometimes gets in these moods where he doesn't really know what he wants. And okay, so Buck appeared to get his face crushed. Oh man, yeah. So the sheriff or constable or whatever they want to call him is wanting them to get Buck into the boat, and then Cal, the main ferryman, is going to take him to the hospital, and Buck's still screaming, "They did it! They did it!" So again, this could be a setup, as like many of these slasher films, horror films are, of something bad happening to somebody, even through an accident. And then something, happens to the people that caused the accident, whether they were being malicious or not. So the constables, saying, I gotta take your boat and get back to the island or whatever. And he's really PO'd at them, and he says, if anything happens to Buck, I want to know just where to find you guys. So he wants them to stay right where they're at. So Skip is supposed to be Buffy's, or I mean, not Buffy, Muffy's cousin. And he looks visibly upset. Well, hello, World Tours. Are you going to try to sell us some World Tours? I mean, if you're here to join in on the watch along, that's cool. But if you're here to try to sell us something, don't bother, because I don't think anybody's going to buy anything in here. Just a word of warning. Oh, that's okay, Rooster. I'm having to walk away some to help my dog too. How's your dog doing, by the way, Rooster? I know that your dog got in a little tussle and got injured. Brandon. Oh, Brandon. Jeez Louise, brother, you're hurting my cables. You're gonna have to get out of there. Somebody's gonna think I'm so mean to you. Sammy, go lay down. Brandon. All right, guys, I'm gonna mute my mic. Y'all go ahead and let me get you the timestamp, Rooster. Let's see. It is 18 minutes and 10 seconds, Rooster. I'm gonna mute my mic. You said Bernie's in tough shape, but she's hanging in there. Good deal. I'm still thinking about her. But I'm going to go. Brandon is a little wet in his wrap, so I'm going to go get him another one. Going to mute my mic, but I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. Hey, Rooster. We lost down to three, and then we got five now. I am so sorry. It's just gonna be one of them nights. I had food down for Brandon, and Sammy managed to get in here in the back room and was gonna gobble it down. Uh, I was trying to. Y'all probably saw me run back in here, but um, I'm guessing that this is just gonna be the way the streams are from now on. It's just multiple disruptions. Um, now, Brandon, if you want in here, you're gonna have to stay in here. All right, Sam. And I know if y'all are, I'm not muting my mic all the time, so probably. Oh, well, that's probably why I don't have too many in here, Wes. I didn't even know WrestleMania. What in the hell is WrestleMania going on in April? I didn't know it went on in April. Are they having it later this year? Yeah, it's a good thing he didn't see me fall. I mean, I didn't fall, but it's a wonder I didn't run in here and trip over something. Um, but I do apologize. There's always anymore. There's always something going on here. Um, I mean, I hate to say it, but I think Brandon's getting worse instead of better. Unfortunately, he hardly will eat. Um, and now he's barking again. And, you know, it may come down to me and Steve having to make a decision. Not that we want to make that decision. Um, but he's not getting any better. If anything, he's getting worse. And I wanted him to get better, but we don't think he can see now. He can't hear. Um, he's not hardly eating. He's lost a lot of weight. Um, and for some reason, he keeps getting diarrhea and stuff. Um, so I just don't know. But I don't want to bum anybody out. So, well, she said she's in March or April. I don't know why I was thinking like it was earlier. I'm pretty sure you say my place is a triage center right now. I would imagine so. Brandon, sorry guys. Do you want to go out, Brandon? I didn't get to watch the movie, boy. No. So I put him outside for a little bit. I'll have to check on him, of course, here in a little bit. But let's get back to the movie a little bit. So they, Muffy and Nikki, the two Debras, were having a discussion about guys, and basically Nikki was saying that it seems that Muffy gets to the guys first, but she said this time it's Chaz's mine. Um, and so evidently there must have, even though the girls are friends, there must have been some past rivalry. So they're all, finding their respective rooms. So this is back in the days where guys would just act gay with their male friends just because they thought it was funny. Um, I don't think guys would do that as much now. Um, since the dynamic has changed, and I'm not really going to get into the dynamic of if you're gay, if you're not gay, or whatever, but just the landscape itself has changed. So now there's a newspaper clipping of six die in a fog, and Hal seems very disturbed over that newspaper clipping. So he's opening the drawer, and there's more teenagers killed in fiery 3-car crash. Um, the unfortunate thing about this is, I'll just go ahead and say it, is there's not really a payoff um, to these clues, because they're obviously related to some things in these people's past. Um, and plus there's jokes galore, like the faucet there. Okay, Arch is getting ready to put his stuff up, and evidently Arch has had a drug problem in the past, because somebody has put drug paraphernalia there. Um, Now something's gonna be here in the drawer when Nikki opens it. Evidently Nikki must have had some kind of sexual kinks, fetishes, whatever. Evidently she liked to be chained up. Now, there's those big box pornos. I'm sure some of you guys remember that. Arch just tried to open the door and the doorknob came off. Now this is weird. What's going on here? So Rob and Kit are going to reveal, it's one of those cat clocks where the eyes go back and forth. And so Nan has just got out of the shower and she hears a baby crying. Now, this one's going to pay off a little bit more. There's going to be a little bit more of an explanation behind this one. But the other stuff, they don't ever really, there's never really any payoff. And I wish they had done that. Unfortunately, they didn't. And I'm trying to remember if the novelization of this did explain it a little more, and I believe it may have. You need a timestamp again, Rooster. We're at goodness, 31 minutes and 34 seconds. Rooster, you say I'm with you guys. I'm not in your shoes, but I got some choices to make, but I'm stuck waiting. So I'm going to do the next best thing right now. Yeah, totally feel that. So you say you lost your place at looking after Bernie. Oh, that is okay. That is perfectly fine. We'll do our best to get you caught up. Hey, Blissful. So Kid is asking Rob if he's still angry with her as he's sitting there in his tidy whities there. Um, and I think I was dealing with the dogs a little bit at that point in time when they were all sitting down to dinner, and they were asking about, has anybody got their future lined out, and Arch was kind of kidding that here we are, the hope for the future. Not one of us knows what we're going to do with the rest of our life. Kid says Rob knows, and evidently Rob didn't want to tell everybody at the table that he met with his advisor, and his advisor basically told him to forget about medical school because he had a lack of seriousness. His grades were good, but so I don't know exactly how this works or if it would work, if any regular people would be smart enough to. I mean, I don't know if you'd have to deal with circuits and all that. Um, and here's another thing. I don't really understand why he's got to have this one on if that's the main thing, why didn't he turn that one off, then take the bulb out of it instead of burning his hand? But maybe there's just something I'm missing there. So Blissful West tells me I'm competing with WrestleMania tonight and tomorrow. So I'm going to leave the movie running, but I'm going to mute my mic again and go retrieve Brandon from outside. Maybe he'll calm down a little bit. So, okay, I'm back now. Hope you guys can hear me again. Um, so, get back into the movie here. Steve's evidently not watching WrestleMania. He didn't say anything about it. He's up playing his game now, so I'm hoping he's feeling a little better. Richie, you say I have a dubbed and non-dubbed version. When I walk away to help Bernie, I come back and start it. I end up in the wrong version. That's okay. So let's see what's going on in the movie here. So Griffin Dunn's character of Skip is just kind of, he's high or drunk or something. He's just kind of stumbling around here. So I don't know if that's supposed to be marijuana or what. I'm guessing it is. Brando. Oh gosh, sorry guys. Sammy, get in here. Come on. Come on. Sammy, get out of there. Come on. Shh. Here, baby. So I don't know what's gonna happen to Skip here. Let's see. He's in the dark. Oh, a cat jumped out. Typical scare, like jump scare in slasher movies, especially slasher movies of the 80s. Oh no, somebody got Skip, it looks like. Anybody ever had one of those cat clocks there? Some of you cat lovers might, or cat owners. Brandon. Brandon. So my mouse is kind of acting up again. So there we go. I just don't want to knock myself out of the thing like I did the other night. So Muffy evidently forgot to get dressed and her hair's all messed up and Art says, so who made her night? I don't know what to do for you, boy. Lay down. Go sit down, Sam. So they're playing, I guess, soccer. But Nan looks a little upset. Actually, Nan has looked upset since she heard the baby crying and found a cassette tape playing with a baby crying on it. So I don't know what Muffy's doing there, but she's in some weird ass clothes and she's walking around with a basket. And Nan is visibly upset with Muffy. Because I'm guessing she assumes that Muffy had something to do with the tape, with the baby crying. Guys, I'm attempting to get through this watch along with minimal interruptions, but once Brandon gets awake like this, then he usually takes forever to calm down. Sadie. So I don't know how long it's going to take before he settles down, but so those of you that are hoping to see, a Tavla shot Amy Steele or something like that, don't get excited because you're not going to see that. Guys, I got to step away for just a second. Brian. Please, Brian. Come on. Come on, boy. You're going to have to settle down now. Come on. If you want in the kitchen, get in the kitchen. But you don't have to quit getting in my pants. You're going to pull my monitor off for work. You don't stop. Now lay down, buddy. Okay, so I missed the part where it looked like they saw Skip's body floating by. So again, I must apologize for all the interruptions. Perhaps Brandon will calm down at some point. It's after 8 o'clock. So now everybody's kind of hollering for Skip. Well, they found Skip's knife, and somebody did a number on it, it appears. So they're wondering if it was the guy Buck on the ferry. Um, so they're kind of. Let me ask you guys. Have you ever, even in the 80s, maybe I should ask Texas this maybe, do you ever remember anybody in the 80s that you knew that would wear a t-shirt and one of those sweater vests over top of it? Um, so I don't know what's going on with Muffy here. Do you guys? I mean, I do, but I don't want to give it away. So they're all Nan's finally caught up with her, and she says, "I know why you're avoiding me. Is this your idea of a joke? That's why you invited me. How'd you find out from one of his preppy friends?" So we're starting to piece together something because she said, "You mean the tape just got there, just appeared?" Hal's listened to all this. Um, and we're going to find out a little bit more about what's going on. But I think most of you probably at this point, if you're watching this, then you would kind of glean a little bit of what's going on here, at least between Muffy and Nan. So Arch is out in the woods here looking for either Buck or Skip or both of them. Oh man, that is not a friendly looking snake there. Guys, I may go give Brandon a little bit of something to eat. He's been eating chicken livers, so maybe if I give him some chicken livers and he eats them, then he will be able to relax. So, oh man, it's like a booby trap there, and that damn snake. Once we get past this part, I will go take care of Brandon. So that snake is obviously striking at Arch there, and poor Arch, he's defenseless. But there's somebody kicked the snake away. This is a typical Friday the 13th type shot. And keep in mind, I believe Frank Mancuso, can't even talk, Frank Mancuso Jr. Did produce this one. Ruth, you said finally I'm in the right spot. So yes, I'm going to go mute my mic one more time and give Brandon some chicken livers that'll hopefully soothe him a little bit, get a little more in his belly, and I will return. So, okay. Got Brandon some chicken livers and he's eating, so maybe that'll be able to help his belly a little bit more. So, Muffy is acting progressively weirder. She can't even pronounce Arch's name right now. I think she calls him Art instead of Arch. So, Nikki and Hal are going out to the well because they don't have any water now. Like I guess a water main broke or something. And so Hal's trying to act all manly here by offering to get the water for them. But Hal says a line here in just a second. He's going to bend down to Nikki. He says, because I would really like to plow your field. I'm so sorry, but did guys say that back then? I hope not. When they were coming on the chicks, because that is such a lame line. So now Hal lost the bucket, and he's not going to want to climb down there to get it. And oh, Nikki dropped the flashlight. And she's like, okay, so I spazzed out. Now we're even. And he's like, no, what are we going to do? So she notices there's little rungs going down the side. So she tells him, you better get a move on. And because she doesn't want to spend the rest of the weekend without water. And he says he ain't going down there. So she's going to go down there. So this just kind of goes to prove that Nikki is not a prissy type because she says, I'm a big girl now. I think I can handle a few spiders and frogs. You know, most chicks in horror movies now would be kind of bitchy, little self-important, like acting like little girls. And I like the fact that Nikki is willing to get down there and get a little dirty in an attempt to get them some water. Now, this does not mean that she doesn't act a little girly at certain points. And oops, now she fell in the water. But overall, I like the character of Nikki. Oh no, there is Arch's head in there. So I wonder what else is down there. Oh no, we got more heads in there in the well. So I don't know why Hal says help, help for a while, and then then he starts to climb down there, but now he's going to climb down there, and we're seeing multiple heads, and oh my gosh, there's Nan, and it looks like Nan has had her throat slit. Nikki is upset now, but I think if I fell in a well and there were heads and bodies in there, I think I would be pretty upset. But overall, Nikki does not seem to be the wimpy, self important, bitchy girlfriend of somebody like I see in a lot of horror movies nowadays. Um, they're a lot more resourceful, a lot tougher, including Amy Steele here. So they're thinking it has to do with the ferry, with Buck getting severely injured like he did. How's wanting to know where the guns are? Guys, I'm going to check on Brandon again. I can't let you in there, buddy. You don't have to. Here, Brandon, you got, hey, buddy, you got one more chicken leg. Why don't you get that chicken? So Rob is calling. Rob is calling the constable, and he's saying, "I'm at the hospital with Buck. There's no way it's him." And so, well, constable tells Rob that nobody should be alone with anybody else. And for some reason, he said, especially with Muffy. And I think he may say that to Kid a little bit later. So they're going around locking all the doors and windows. So Kit has found a picture of two twins. It looks like twin girls. And Muffy comes in and says, "This is my father's study." Kit says she's just making sure everything's secure. So this outfit, let's talk about this outfit Muffy has on, in addition to her hair. I mean, what in the hell kind of outfit is that? Richard, you say, it's like Poltergeist in the pool, but fresher bodies. Exactly. So Hal evidently has his own gun. All of a sudden, Hal looks a lot cooler than he did originally. So now they're starting to talk about how Muffy's been acting less than normal. That she's walking around in nurse's shoes with crepe soles. And then Hal's talking about her arguing with Nan in the hall. And we're getting a little more exposition about the tape. And so he finally says something about an abortion, which I think probably everybody that was watching the movie could have figured that out. So they're starting to talk about things that they found in their rooms. And Chad says he didn't find anything. So Hal was saying there's some, newspaper articles about accidents, car accidents. And everybody's starting to, get up in each other's face and getting in arguments. And Nikki's saying, "How did Muffy know about this stuff?" And then Kit gets really upset. And she's like, "What happened to our talk about friendship and undying loyalty?" And she doesn't get to finish her thought because Muffy shows up. Bubby says she's going to go upstairs, and she says, "This is my home, and I'll be in my room," even though Rob says they're supposed to all stay together. Yeah, they did have a big budget for 1986. You were right there, Rooster. I don't know if that had something to do with Frank Mancuso Jr. producing this, or they would have got that amount of money anyway. So I'm not really sure. So Kit and Rob are going to go up in the attic and watch for the constable. Hal's going to stay downstairs. And we're going to see that Nikki is really upset. And she's wanting to get the hell out of here. Whether the constable shows up or not. Hal keeps failing back there. I don't know where he thinks his damn gun's going, but I don't know what he's looking at. So Chaz is pretty much telling Nikki she's overreacting. She's like, lock your door, dig a trench, hang out. But she said, once I leave this place, I'm never coming back. So she seriously means that she's going to leave. So Nikki is like, this is basically the time that Nikki freaks out. But I understand it at this point because she says, oh, great, 3 people are dead and you're telling me to relax. So I really think her reaction is acceptable considering what's going on here. And he's still got that damn t-shirt on with that V-neck t-shirt with a V-neck sweater vest on and pajama bottoms. So Nikki has left the room. And again, I don't know what that is that Hal is reading there. And then she said, oh, very subtle, Chaz. What am I supposed to do? Just throw off my clothes and jump on top of you? And it does look like he's hiding the objects of his nether regions. Oh, no. That does not look good. So there we're seeing those shoes again. And that, though, just seeing the shoes like that is a very Friday the 13th esque shot. So man, it kind of took Rob and Kit a long time to get up to the attic, didn't it? You know, we've had 2 or 3 scenes here. So I'm going to mute my mic again here. We don't have too much more left of the movie, and I want to make it back before we get to the end. So sorry, guys. I was going to try to take Brandon in there, but he wasn't settling down in there either. So I just brought him back in here. So we can't find Hal, or Harvey as they're calling him. So Nikki's door was locked, but now it's open. Oh man, that does not look good. So Rob's basically saying forget about Muffy. And they're wanting Muffy to open the door. Oh no, it's Hal. Somebody's hung Hal. So a lot of the ways that these bodies are found is very Friday the 13th esque as well. So the boat is back, but they don't see Constable Potter anywhere. So I guess Kit, at first I was wondering why she didn't want to go in there, but that's a boathouse, and that's where they were, getting ready to make love, and they saw Skip's body floating around. So they're going to find here in just a little bit a letter in the boat. So Kit's found this letter. And this is a letter from a hospital, a mental hospital, about somebody that's being found. If encountered, exercise extreme caution. So Miss St. John, so they're thinking, is he talking about Muffy? And so Kit's like, Muffy hasn't been in an institution for 3 years. She's been at Vassar. And Rob's just saying, we got to get the boat started. But they don't, they don't know exactly how to because the keys aren't there. And it said, didn't Muffy say that there were keys in the house? And Rob's basically saying, hey, we got to go back in the house and get those keys. So now all the doors have been closed to the house. So did Muffy do all that? So I guess they're going to go into the basement there. Rooster says, I guess it's to take care of your dog stream. LOL. Yeah, definitely. Well, I hope everybody's doing good. You say not in the house. Well, to be honest with you, Brandon will eventually calm down. It just, bless his heart, it takes him so long. So they found Muffy's clothes, her regular clothes, in the, a fireplace incinerator, something to that effect. And so now, I think they found that painting that was over the cat clock. Okay. No, so they found a measurement chart that people used to do for kids when they were little. They would mark their height. So evidently Muffy's got a twin sister, Buffy, which would explain the extreme change in personality. So now there's that painting again. But the eyes aren't moving, so whose eyes are behind that painting? So Rob's saying, pull the painting away. He's all ready with his weapon and flashlight and all that. Oh my gosh, it's Muffy's head. So we got another head. And there is Buffy out there. nailing the window shut. So evidently Buffy was the one that the letter was referring to and not Muffy. Uh-oh. I always thought that this was really filmed really well. These particular shots, I think these are creepy and I think they work really, really well. I also think Deborah Foreman did a really good job of playing both roles of Muffy and Buffy. I always like this shot coming up here. This was always the shot coming up when she jumps up on the table with the knife. This was always the shot that you saw on the back of the VHS tapes when you would go to the video rental stores. There we go. That's always such a cool shot. Basically, Kit's begging for their lives now. You know, her and Rob's. Man. Okay, what the heck's going on here? Everybody's alive. No more dead bodies, right? So Kit is like, what in the hell? Oh, it wasn't even a real knife. So it was a big April Fool's Day joke. So everybody can't contain their laughter anymore. So Rob's still screaming, Kid, I love you, I love you. And there is Buck. And Buck is not dead. Hell, Buck's not even injured here, as we're going to see. So we're going to figure out why Muffy did this too here shortly. Oh, it's prosthetics. Okay. So that makes everybody laugh except much harder. I'm sorry though. If I was those other people, I'd probably be laughing too. So we find out too that this is not just an April Fool's Day prank. Muffy is going to tell why exactly she set this up. She says, Rob, you and Kit, you two were the best. You figured it all out. The clues worked. And they're like, what clues? And what's this all about? And she warns everybody not to say April Fools or she'll rip them apart. She says it's a script for a weekend special that's going to help her keep the house. But she's got to pay taxes and all this. It's part of the inheritance she got from her mother, but she's got to show her father that she can handle taxes and expenses for the house, or he's going to sell it out of the family. So she's going to turn into a country inn, but not just a stuffy, old, run-of-the-mill country inn. one that offers a whodunit weekend, like those murder mystery parties. So basically, she needed a rehearsal for that. So um, she does say that the idea for the country inn is not going to be nearly as extreme, and the people will know what they're in for. It's just like when you go to one of those murder mystery parties, if any of you have ever been to those. So Rob says, I guess there's no twin sister, Buffy. She says there's a crazy twin, but his name isn't Buffy. So Skip was not her cousin. Skip is her twin brother. So that was not two girls we saw in the picture. That was a girl and a boy. Now, Buck is a makeup effects guy. So he dressed up these props to look like the people that are there. Uh, he's not really, Kit is told that he's not the real constable. He's her uncle. Now, Cal is the ferryman. He was not acting. He's not somebody in Buffy's or Muffy's family. You say she looks like Heather. Is that Lockhart or Locklear? Rooster? So she's saying that she does regret that some of the fake clues that she put in the bedrooms were taken too seriously, and she was sorry. As you can see back there, Nan is obviously still visibly upset because the fake clues actually hit home with her. So she's still a little bit upset. So they make a joke that Arch, or they laugh him because Arch must have crapped his pants out there when the snake almost got him, because the snake was not part of the setup. So we get a little 3-dog night now. The song "Mama Told Me Not to Come" about going to a party, and I always like this song too. Um, so evidently he must have had a little bit of a heart on there if he could put the fake head, the mouth on the fake head on him like that and have it stay. So they're all dancing around, dumping alcohol on everybody. But Nan is sitting over by Cal in the corner drinking. She is not really participating in the party or the fun that they're having over there. So now, Muffy is drunk. She's kind of stumbling back to her bedroom. And there's the hangman's noose there. She's just going to kind of get rid of that. Looks like she's undecorating from Halloween. I almost said Valentine's Day. Halloween there. So if you want to see, I guess, the alternate ending for the way this movie was going to end, then I would suggest that you find the novelization of April Fool's Day and read it. And that way you will be able to see the full picture. But this is the ending they ended up going with coming up here. So somebody's wrapped up a present. So evidently Muffy's birthday must be on April Fool's Day, just like Marty's was in Slaughter High, because they went back and showed a birthday party. Somebody's left her a present. And lo and behold, it's another damn Jack in the Box. So she's like, who's doing this here? Is she going to start turning that little crank on the side? And yeah, okay, Locklear. Um, Blissful, you say you love that song. I do too, Blissful. I really have always liked that. My dad was a big fan of Three Dog Night. So what's gonna happen here? Is she gonna play the song all the way through for the Jack in the Box? Is she gonna keep going? Although this Jack in the Box, I don't think is as elaborate as the old one she had. Um, so she's not gonna do it. Now she is. Oh no, Nan! Did Nan just slit her throat there? Oh no, it's an April Fool's Day joke on Muffy. So I guess Nan got the last laugh, didn't she? This is kind of like breaking the fourth wall a little bit, where they kind of looking at the audience, and then there's a little gesture on the end of the fake knife that winks. Now, I always like this "Too Bad You're Crazy, Too Bad You're Loony as Hell" song. I always thought it was a fun song. Um, So this is not a long movie by any stretch of the imagination. It's 1 hour and 29 minutes, just under an hour and 30 minutes. So um, not only do I love the "Mama Told Me Not to Come" song, but I do like this ending song as well. We didn't go on that long tonight, and the movie itself was not that long. But I hope those of you that decided to choose me over WrestleMania tonight, that you enjoyed it and that you feel like that you made the right choice. Some of you may have been watching WrestleMania also, and that is totally fine. Evidently, from what I hear from Wes, it's going to be going on tomorrow night too. So I'm changing the time a little bit for those of you that weren't here at the beginning, because Dirk wants to be in on that. And he is going to his son's birthday party, and so, or they're having a birthday party for his son. So I was like, yeah, okay, we can make it 8 o'clock Eastern time. So I'm going to change the time on the promotional stuff, and we will not be starting until 8 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow for the City of the Living Dead watch along. And I believe this is almost to the end credits, or the end of the credits, rather, I should say. Um, yeah, and that song, actually, they played the original song performed by Three Dog Night. This is one of those movies where it shows the characters at the very end, the character credits. Um, this also didn't have a very big cast in it either, as you can see there. They must have filmed this in Vancouver as well. Blissful, you say you've been on a clean spree. I'm feeling it. Ouch. LOL. Yeah, I bet. I know when I, kind of overextended myself some days, I definitely feel it either at the end of the day or the next day for sure. Yes, Blissful. Three Dog Night did definitely have some great songs. Like I said, my dad was always a fan of them and got me into their music. So I can credit my dad with that. Um, so I may try to stay on here for a few more minutes till 9 o'clock in case anybody wants to hang out for a few more minutes. Rooster, you say, thanks, Dana. It's helpful for me to hang with somebody else doggy caregiving. Well, you're welcome, Rooster. I appreciate you coming in here, even though you had a lot of stuff going on. Not intentionally. So, as and again, as another reminder for um, what's going on, other than the watch along for tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for City of the Living Dead. Um, I am also Monday planning on starting the Twin Peaks, I almost said Twin Peaks watch along, but the Twin Peaks episode discussion. I believe, barring anything happening, Uncle Bill is going to be on here, maybe TJ, and maybe Rob. Will all be on here with me discussing the first 10 episodes of the original Twin Peaks series. So you guys can look forward to that. Tuesday, I'm still planning on having the second Hitchcock stream where Kelly and I are going to talk about some more of the more familiar Hitchcock films. Um, and then Wednesday night will be the final night of the Tales from the Dark Side episode discussions because we will be doing the second and final half of the final season, the fourth season of Tales from the Dark Side. Don't know about Thursday. Haven't a clue whether I'll be doing anything or not. I'm going to have to find my sheets of paper that talk about um, my watch alongs because I seem to have misplaced them. So I'll have to get back with everybody on the upcoming watch alongs. I know Death Ship was one of them, but I'm just totally blanking out on what the other ones were. Risha, you said that song reminds me of the Boogie Nights soundtrack. Yeah, I haven't watched Boogie Nights in gosh, seems like forever. I'm pretty sure I've seen it. Uh, oh man, I've been having some headaches. I think it's sinus allergies, um, all kinds of stuff rolled into one. Actually, there we go. Let's least have a pan of brownies in the oven giving me attitude. So, Richard, you're saying your dog's really sore and you got to keep an eye on infections and the like. Yeah, I don't know if I ever told you guys this story or not, but and it really makes me sad that I had to do it. And it's the only dog we ever adopted and had to return. Um, a, a couple of years ago, we got a dog named Phoebe who was, what was she, an American Bulldog or an American Bulldog mix. And this was all those times where I didn't really listen to them that, she'd gotten in a fight with another dog. But from what one of the girls was telling me, she didn't start it. The other dog started it with her. And I thought, well, okay, my dogs are pretty chill. I think we'll be all right. But I should have listened. I'm more careful now. So we got the girl, I paid the fees and all that stuff, and we took her home. And I was working from home. It was, during COVID. So I was working from home and I'm still working for the library. So thank God I was home with them. Of course, Reggie and Sammy wouldn't have been out. They would have been in their crates if I had been working. But I'm just glad that when it happened, I was at home because it was bad enough that what happened. So Steve was off on a Friday, and we hadn't had any trouble the whole week. And this was, the end of the week. We had her essentially a week, and I heard some scuffling in me and Steve's bedroom and barking and stuff. I walked in there expecting maybe they were playing or something. No, they weren't playing. The new dog had Sammy, my tricolor basset hound, down on the floor. He was screaming and howling, and I thought I was going to pull her off and he was going to be dead. I really did. And Reggie, who normally doesn't fight that badly, was kind of going at Sammy too. Um, and but Reggie didn't bite a big hole in Sammy's side. Phoebe did, and she was doing the thing where she was bringing her head back and forth. And usually, when a dog does that, if they can get to anywhere critical, they will kill the other dog. So here I was getting an 85-pound American Bulldog off of my Basset Hound. It's a wonder, like I said, I didn't get attacked in the process. But I managed to get her pulled off and put in a crate, and Reggie pulled off of him and put in a crate. I was exhausted. There was blood on the wall in the bedroom, there was blood on the carpet. Sammy ran away when I got him off of him. He had a big hole in his side, and he had a hole in the side for a while. I thankfully had some antibiotics for one of the dogs from some other time. And because he got an infection in there, there was a big it swelled up and you knew there was pus and stuff in it. And if you touched it, Sammy would yelp. So I got desperate and got him some antiseptic spray and also gave him the rest of these antibiotics for about a week. And he got better and now it's healed and you can't really tell. But I was so lucky. So, guys, here's a word of warning. If you are thinking about adopting a dog or a cat, maybe, and you already have animals, pay very close attention to what people tell you about their temperament. Please don't be like me and just assume that you can handle it. Because, you could run into the trouble like I did, or it could be worse. You know. Rishi says she is the oldest out of the pack, so slowing down with her has been hard. Bliss, what you say? I've always had cats. Doobie is inherited. Yeah, usually, I love cats too, but I just don't think cats would gel in our family with, Reggie pretty much has a really high prey drive. And I don't think cats in that mix would be good. Um, and also Brink uh, would probably chase a cat and could kill it. So I would not want that to happen. But I have had cats in the past. When I lived with my parents, I had some cats over the years. So it is now 9:01, and I hope I didn't bring everybody way, way down by talking about the story about the adopted dog that we had to take back. Um, but oh yeah, you're really lucky that way that your cats and the dog get along. But I want to thank everybody that came to the chat tonight. I hope it wasn't too boring with just me talking. But I want to thank all of you that came and also made the decision to either split your time between this and WrestleMania or just to watch me. But with all that being said, I hope everybody can join me for the City of the Living Dead watch along tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to change the time when I get off of here for the promotion. And I am going to skedaddle on out of here for the night, and I will see everyone on the flip side. Y'all have a good night now.